What's going on, guys? HGHJD here, and as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about Tanjiro versus Kokushibo, specifically Prime non-demon Tanjiro versus Prime Kokushibo as a demon. Obviously, only canon material will be used in this video, so only stuff from the manga. That being said, obviously spoilers, let's get started. Alright, so first up will be physical strength. For Tanjiro, his best feats will be coming from the Akaza and Muzan fights, respectively. And going one-on-one with Muzan for a while is certainly nothing to scoff at, and since no one else was doing near as well as he was. So it was very, very good. And he even managed to pin a weakened Muzan to the wall. Now, this was a version of Muzan that was pretty significantly drugged and weakened, so I can't give him 100%, good on you, Tanjiro, for this, but it's still Muzan we're talking about here. Kokushibo's feats will be coming from the fight with Gyome, Tsunemi, Moichiro, and Genya, as well as some scaling off of weaker demons that have accomplished something that may be seem more impressive, but Kokushibo obviously got as high as he was because he could keep his position against other demons. Obviously, Akaza tried to steal his position. He lost. Doma, I would assume, has maybe tried to take the Uppermoon 1 spot, and he would lose. Kokushibo, he can overpower people like Gyome, Tsunemi, and even pin Tsunemi at one point in the fight. Now, Gyome, we all know how strong he is. He is extremely physically strong, as well as Tsunemi. He's not too bad either. This was extremely close, but I'm giving Kokushibo the win because physical strength isn't why Tanjiro did so well against Muzan. The reason he did so well was due to his speed, agility, and breathing element. Next up is striking strength. Now, I want to differentiate what physical strength, striking strength, and not attack potency, destructive capability is. So physical strength is how much you can lift, push, block, stuff like that. Striking strength is how hard you can hit, and destructive power is how hard you can. It's basically the range of that attack in this in the same. The attack potency of that is spread out and how far that goes. So for striking strength, for Tanjiro, he can cut through demons like Akaza and Muzan, but the problem with that is that Hashiras like Giyu were doing the same thing. So I can't really say it's all that impressive. Meanwhile, Kokushibo was fighting three of them, 2 of them being the most powerful Hashiras at the time, that being Gyome and Tsunemi, Moichiro, who is a middle-tier Hashira, and Genya, who is no slouch himself, all at once. So I'm gonna give striking strength to Kokushibo. Alright, next up is speed. For Tanjiro, he's one of the fastest characters for being able to learn a form that can keep up with Thunderclap and Flash. But Kokushibo ain't too bad either, being able to whip people like Gyome, Tsunemi, and Moichiro, all at either once or individually. However, I am giving this to Tanjiro since he can keep up with Thunderclap and Flash, which worked on Muzan, and Muzan could keep up with the same opponents as Kokushibo and then some. Muzan faced 8+ characters in this fight. So, and Thunderclap and Flash was one of the few hits that actually hit him. So, I'm giving this one to Tanjiro. Next up is IQ or intelligence. This purely is based off of lack of screen time and feats, and the fact that Kokushibo can react out of emotion more times than he should, Kokushibo has lost fights purely because of how emotional he can be. In fact, the only fights he's lost is because of his emotions. He reacted out of anger when he lost to Gyome, Tsunemi, and Moichiro, and he lost again out of anger, or at least almost lost, out of anger and jealousy against Yoriichi. Yoriichi died due to age. He didn't die to Kokushibo. He died to age. And before that, Kokushibo was pissed off and jealous, and he would have lost that fight. Now, on the other hand, Tanjiro is pretty smart. He managed to figure out how both Enmu's sleep paralysis worked and how Huntengu's body worked and how to kill him. So, I'm sorry, Kokushibo, with how you've acted in fights, you haven't really shown any IQ feats, like purely, book smart or something like that. I haven't seen much from you. However, it gets better for you. Now, this next one is battle intelligence. This one isn't even close. Kokushibo has over 400 years of fighting experience, and he has created his own breathing style with 16 different forms that hasn't been mastered since. Where I'm not saying Tanjiro is bad at this category, it's just his opponent is so ridiculously smart in combat that this isn't even a competition. So this one's going to go to Kokushibo. Next up is experience. Now this one is another one that is not even close. Again, Kokushibo is over 400 years, I almost said 1,000, 400 years old. He is ridiculously experienced and trapped in his prime. Whereas Tanjiro is a 15-year-old boy who just started demon slaying. So this, again, is not close. This one is going to Kokushibo. Like, it's such a big gap. Next up is going to be hacks. Now, hacks, for those of you who don't remember, are overpowered abilities. Tanjiro has several of them. He actually has more, I'd say, than Kokushibo does. He has Transparent World. He can make red blades on his own. He has a Demon Slayer mark, his 13th form. It literally almost killed Muzan. Fake Rainbow and Dancing Flash, which Dancing Flash is the Thunderclap and Flash move that I referenced earlier. Whereas Kokushibo, he has a Demon Slayer mark, Transparent World, Regeneration, Human and Demon Absorption, Eternal Life, Resilient Immortality, and Immortality via Regeneration, and Restful Self-Sustenance. I forgot if I said Tanjiro had a mark, but he does. I don't remember if I said it or not. This one goes to Tanjiro. It's very close, but Red Blade gives him the edge because it canceled out Kokushibo's regen, so it's almost like it doesn't even count. And combine that with the 13th form, and I think Tanjiro just edges out Kokushibo. Next up is Stamina. Now, this one isn't close either. Stamina for demons is an automatic win. Demons in this verse have infinite stamina. They don't have a limit, whereas humans do. Tanjiro is one resilient bastard. Infinite is infinite, unfortunately. So Kokushibo gets this. Next up is Endurance. Now, Endurance, unfortunately, has the same problem as Stamina, where regeneration it's the king of regeneration. It's the king of endurance. You don't get much better in endurance than having regeneration. And Kokushibo has, I think, yes, the third best regen in the series. Again, I'm not saying Tanjiro he can't take it. He can. He has plenty of really good endurance feats. But none of those matter when you have a character who has the third best regeneration in your series. I'm sorry, it's just not close. Kokushibo wins endurance. Next up is going to be reaction speed. So for Kokushibo, he has fought people like Gyome, Tsunemi, and Moitro at the same time. He also managed to disarm Moitro and pin him with his sword against a pillar. And he also dodged an attack from Gyome that came from behind. And we all know how good Gyome is. Now, Tanjiro, he was 1v1ing Muzan for 24 pages straight. Of course, all the Akaza stuff. But I'm sorry, the Muzan fight, man, that was an amazing fight that I can't believe he pulled off. Now, as for who wins, I'm honestly gonna give it to Tanjiro. While I will give credit to Kokushibo for facing 4 opponents at once with vastly different moves and fighting styles, Muzan faced like 9 or more at that point, and Tanjiro was the only one who was able to keep up with him for any length of time that was acceptable in my opinion. So reaction speed is going to go to Tanjiro. Next up is offense. Now, I want you guys to understand something. Yes, Kokushibo has the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 14th, and 16th form of moon breathing. Tanjiro has the 7th, 8th, 2nd, 6th, 3rd, 4th, 1st, 5th, and 10th form of water breathing, and has Clear Blue Sky, Raging Sun, Flame Dance, Fire Wheel, Sunflower Thrust, Sun Halo, Dragon Head Dance, Dancing Flash, Mock Sun, Rainbow, and Fake Rainbow, Solar Heat Haze, Setting Sun Transformation, and Beneficent Radiance. For sun breathing, he has 2 forms he can go to. Of course, he's only going to use sun breathing, but it's just the point. If I were to combine both his water and sun breathing, he has 21 forms of an offense, outweighing Kokushibo's 12. Sorry, but again, Tanjiro wins this one. I don't know why I keep saying sorry, like I'm apologizing to Tanjiro or Kokushibo. Next up, we got defense. Tanjiro has his 2nd form and 9th form in water breathing and the Fire Wheel, the Burning Bone, Summer Sun, and Mock Sun, Rainbow, and Fig Rainbow, and his 13th form all give him his defensive forms, whereas Kokushibo, he has his 2nd form, 3rd form, 5th, 6th, 14th, and 16th, as well as the ability to shoot blades out of his body, are all forms of defense, or forms that can be used defensively. Now, if you were counting, you'll know that Kokushibo has more forms than Tanjiro did. Kokushibo's 7 forms of defense outweigh Tanjiro's 6 options. So Kokushibo wins defense. Next up is going to be combat speed. Now, for combat speed, not Tanjiro, Kokushibo has again fought people like Yome, Tsunemi, Moitro, and effortlessly dodges some of them and keeps up with in blocking them. Now, the forms he has does give him an edge. He does have a lot of moves that require a lot of good combat speed. But again, it's the Muzan fight. His 13th form is like the epitome of really good combat speed. It's the representation of combat speed in Demon Slayer, in my opinion. The 13th form legit combines every single sun breathing style. It combines all the forms. You can't tell me that beats that you can't tell me that doesn't beat anything Kokushibo has pulled off. You just can't. His 13th form overwhelmed Muzan enough to where he barely edged out Kokushibo. So yeah, Tanjiro wins this one. Sorry. Next up is destructive capability, and this one's very, very close. Tanjiro is stated to be large building, whereas Kokushibo is stated to be building level plus. So obviously, Tanjiro does win this one, but Kokushibo can contend with it. But purely on a point standpoint, Tanjiro's going to win this one. Next up is going to be skill. Now, this one is extremely close. Tanjiro is a master swordsman, a skilled hand-to-hand combat. It's shown he has accelerated development. He knows pressure point combat, and he has stealth mastery, whereas Kokushibo is a master swordsman with adaptation. This one is close for the reason of that, whereas Tanjiro has more skills, Kokushibo is more skilled, if that makes sense. Tanjiro has more skills, whereas Kokushibo, he just has a higher level of skill. So, while Tanjiro is more versatile with his skills, Kokushibo is way more skilled in swordsmanship than Tanjiro, but it is extremely close in terms of overall skill versus overall skill. Next up is weaponry. In this one, it's pretty simple. Tanjiro has a normal sword, whereas Kokushibo has a flush sword that can make multiple blades on the actual blade. So his sword is naturally more dangerous and just more powerful. So weaponry is going to go to Kokushibo. And last but not least, we have range. Now, this one is going to go to Kokushibo due to the fact that he can reach hundreds of meters with his 14th form, Catastrophe 10-man Crescent Moon, whereas Tanjiro does have to get up close in order to do some real damage to anybody around him. I will give him the fact that he can make several meters with total concentration breathing, but that's all I really gotta say. Kokushibo has a ranged attack. And with a score of 11-7, Kokushibo would win against Tanjiro. Yeah, and if you need a point recap, Tanjiro got speed, intelligence, hacks, reaction speed, combat speed, offense, and destructive capability, whereas Kokushibo got physical strength, striking strength, battle IQ, experience, stamina, durability, endurance, defense, skill, weapons, range, giving him a total of 11 and Tanjiro a total of 7. That will be it for this video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. For those of you that want to know what I have this fight at, I have it at mid to high difficulty. I think Tanjiro will definitely give Kokushibo a really good run for his money. Like, I'm talking, this will be a really good fight. A fight I would honestly pay to watch. I would love to see this fight animated, because besides Muzan and Yoriichi, they're the most powerful characters in the series. Think about that, man. That'll be it for this video. Subscribe to me if you want to see more videos from me. Like this video if you want to see more versus battles. I have a whole playlist of them, by the way. Comment which fight you want to see next, and I will be more than happy to do it. It can be anything from Demon Slayer, My Hero, Fire Force, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Black Clover, anything. And I'll be happy to do it and give my fullest opinion on each category. Subscribe to Underdog Productions. That is me and my friends and even my fiance and my brother. We all are amateur actors in different films or series that we make. And Underdog Adventures is kind of like a gaming thing. It's gaming content. It's majority of gaming content. We've done videos on Silk Song. We've done videos on Abiotic Factor, Madness Project Nexus, Lethal Company, Content Warning, Deep Rock Galactic, whole bunch of stuff. Really good stuff over there. I'll leave my TikTok and my Instagram down below in the comments. I don't really go on Instagram all that much, but I'll post every once in a while. I think the last thing I posted was a leg press video where I think I squatted 600 pounds. That really was impressive of me. I think I did it like 12 or 10 times for reps. That was awesome. I don't know my max. I really want to know my max. I want to know my max leg press, man. On my TikTok, I post pretty frequently. Sometimes I'll go, I'd say a week or two without posting, but that's just because I'm busy. I work a lot. I'm very tired most of the time, and I script write sometimes. Some of this video was script writed, some of it was not. I kind of went halfway through it. I had a direction of it. If you haven't noticed, most of the time I save my yapping for the end of the video. That way the actual topic of the video is done and over with, and you guys don't have to listen to this ramble of mine, or anytime I do ramble like this. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me. My last 2 videos have done really, really well, especially the Chainsaw Man hybrid video. That one was my most successful video, and my MHA teachers ranked isn't doing too bad either. I think it has around 124 views with, I think, 5 likes. So again, that's good for my guy's channel. I have 56 subscribers currently. That's really good for my size, and I'm thankful for any kind of support ever. I get really excited when my video goes over 100. Hell, I get all fucking giddy when it goes up above 50 views, because it's something. Someone wants to watch my stuff, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Every person that watches my stuff, I can't believe you guys actually consider me a valid source to go to, but I also want to be that guy that you go to when you're like, I want a valid source. Oh, ADHJD, he's a very reliable YouTuber. He's a very reliable anime content man. Okay. I think that's all my rambling out of the way. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Go to the channels. They're all down in the links. The link, everything that I mentioned that was a different channel or a different website like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, it's all in the description below. See you guys. Love you. Thank you for the support.